What is homeopathy? That's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. My take on what homeopathy is and some of the principles that underlie the practice of homeopathic remedies and prescribing. My name's Dawn Waterhouse and I'm a homeopathic practitioner and I work naturopathically, and I've been running a clinic for over 20 years. So what is homeopathy? Well, my definition of homeopathy is that it's an individualised holistic medicine. It's a natural medicine made with natural um, ingredients, made with natural items that you'd find in everyday life or maybe in the broader world. Some remedies are made from animal substances such as the feathers or fur of a creature, or the poison of a creature. Some remedies are made from minerals, some remedies are made from plant matter, and some remedies are called imponderable. So they're kind of harnessing, say, a prism of light, the rainbow, and things like that. Or some remedies are made from crystals. So there's remedies can be made from pretty much any substance. It's just that it will be a different way of making that remedy. I've not been involved in provings personally, because they take quite a lot of time and energy, and they have to be really well coordinated and scientifically recorded. So that's not something I've personally been involved in, but remedies are proved on people. They're not tested on animals, they're tested on people. You and me, anybody could be used to as part of a trial to work out what a remedy does and how it works for a client. And they're tested on healthy individuals. So there's quite an interesting process that goes on for provings, and that might be something that I cover in a future video if that's something that you would like. The other principles that go with homeopathic treatment, so in addition to knowing that they've not been tested on animals, they're tested on us because we need to be able to say how they make us feel and what's been fixed by taking a remedy. There's also the law of similars. So the law of similars works by identifying what needs fixing in a client and using a substance that creates something similar to help fix that. So the easiest example to give is, we all know that if we have too much coffee, particularly of an evening, it will keep us wide awake. So the homeopathic remedy made from coffee will help stimulate the body to heal itself, and is one of the remedies that is indicated for insomnia. It's not the only remedy. There are many different reasons for us to have insomnia, but it's one of the main remedies. So we've got law of similars, like cures like, and then we've got provings. We've also got potency. So a remedy is potentized to be homeopathic. So that will be 1 drop of a substance, and if we take the 10 X, usually the X potencies, there's 1 in 10, so it'll be 1 drop of a substance, and that will be diluted with 9 drops of the dissolving substance. So it might be water, it might be, say, a sugar substance if it's something that doesn't dissolve very well, and that'll be ground up or shaken, and then 1 drop of that will be taken and added to 9 more drops or grains of substance, and so on and so on. And each time it's gone through that process, it's had 1 dilution. So for example, 1 dilution in the 1 drop of substance to 9 drops of dissolvent would be a decimal, so it'd be X. And if it was used as 1 to 99, that would be centesimal, that would be a C on the end. So when you're looking at buying a remedy, if it's got an X on the end, it will be the decimal process, 1 to 9. And if it's got a C behind after the number, then you're going to be looking at the centesimal process, which is 1 to 99 drops. So that's your potency. Then we've got the susceptibility. So that's a principle that says that a person will contract something if they're susceptible to it. So we're all aware of, say, perhaps a stomach bug being in the house, but not everybody getting it, or having a cold, and not everybody you come in contact picks it up. The person that picks it up has to be susceptible. There has to be something in their immune system or their psyche that will make them more sensitive to picking up that bug or germ than somebody else that maybe hasn't picked it up. So we look at susceptibility of a person, and in doing that, there's a whole much bigger picture of what is going on in that person's life, what is going on with their health system, what's going on with their whole immunity, and that helps us to identify why some people maybe are prone to digestive issues, some people may be more prone to headaches. Some people may be more prone to aches and pains. We're looking at that person's general susceptibility, what's going on for that person. So susceptibility is something that homeopath really looks at quite a lot of detail to find out, well, what's your pattern? Where does it go? Then we've got vital force. How much energy has a person got? You know, is somebody vibrant and buzzing on the outside as well as on the inside? You know, we can all put a mask on and be kind of like buzzing on the outside, but what is their whole energy pattern looking like? How strong are they? That strength of our vitality, our energy, our vital force, that's something we try to match with a remedy, the potency, the strength of the remedy, because if someone's really vital, they may need a different remedy to someone that has got very low vitality. There's no set rules. There's a lot of guidelines that a homeopath works with, but it's not one set rule that I could give to you as a recommendation, say, great, this is what you go for. There is a suggestion that some remedies are more suitable to mental emotional issues, and some remedies are more suitable to physicals. But if you're not sure, then just go low. So go to, say, a 6X or maybe a 6C. Go to a low potency if you're just starting out, because you're not going to do any issues with that, any harm with that. And it's just going to be gentle. The worst that happens is it might not be strong enough and it doesn't hold, or maybe you see the change that you want to see. In which case I'd then suggest seeing a homeopath to get more advice and support. So we've also got direction of cure. So with homeopathic remedies, to be quite honest, with all naturopathic remedies, you're looking at the body trying to get stronger in the right order. Because if something just goes and something else comes up, that could be the body getting rid of things in a direction of cure. So a direction of cure could be from the top down. So if you've got, say, eczema on the top of the body, you might expect it to follow all the way through before it leaves the body and work down the body. It may be you've got, say, lung issues, and the lung issues go, but then you get eczema. And that's a good thing, because whatever's going on with the lungs is being pushed away from the lungs and is then coming out through the skin. It might not feel nice, but from the body's point of view, it's pushing toxins out and away from the more important organs through to the lesser important organs. So then another direction may be mental emotional. Somebody may be struggling mentally emotionally, and they might never have been well since they've been really poorly, and a remedy might make them feel much better, but they may then throw, for example, a big cold and get lots of mucus. That's again a really good thing, although it might not feel particularly nice to be struggling with being poorly with a mucousy cold. But the very fact is that the body's shifted some toxins that may have been making them feel poorly, and the body will be strong enough, the vital force may then be strong enough to push off those symptoms. So that's the direction of cure in a very simplified way. So then we've also got the miasms. So homeopathically we look at miasms. And that's when we're working a little bit deeper. A miasm is kind of a bit like our genetic inheritance. It's much more than that, but in a very simplified version, you're looking at what have you inherited, the traits and taints that you've inherited from your ancestors. So for example, if everybody in your family has, say, arthritic symptoms, then there's a fair chance that a remedy that covers arthritic symptoms that you may not be experiencing yet would also be a remedy that may help you with your remedies. Remedies have got many different spheres that they work on. So a remedy may help with rheumatic symptoms. It may also help with mucousy problems. It may also help the lymphatic system. And if someone has got all three of those areas, either in their health or in their family health history, in conjunction with their current presenting symptoms, then that remedy may well be a good indicator. And what we're looking at really as a homeopath is to try and work on that highest ideal of getting them as well as possible. And as quickly as possible. We're looking at reading the symptoms that a person is experiencing and try and listening to what the body is trying to say about that person's health. What is the body unhappy with? We're looking at their state of dis-ease as opposed to it being in disease. Depending on when that dis-ease is kind of like gives us an idea on the path that we need to follow in helping them get better, and looking at the amount of time it may help them to recover from what they're working through. Whilst no one can ever claim cure for anything, our highest ideal is to get them to return to as much health as is absolutely possible, and to be returning the vital force to being as strong as possible. So I hope that's really helpful. I'm sure this has probably inspired more questions than it may have provided answers. So please do enjoy thinking about what this means for you. Homeopathic practitioners go through a lot of philosophy training because it's an art as well as a science. And I appreciate that at the moment our science isn't really up to speed of how homeopathy works, but it does work. If it's for the right person. You know, we all have different needs. If someone needs a herb, then a homeopathic remedy might not work. If someone needs their back being put in a line by an osteopath or a chiropractor, then a remedy might work. So it doesn't mean that it's the right remedy thing for everybody, but it does work if that's exactly what you need. And we all know in our hearts when something feels right for us. So do have a look, do explore, do feel free to ask me questions. Obviously be respectful, because I appreciate there are many different camps, and I respect the medical profession, and I ask the medical profession to respect complementary therapists. And in general, that's what I've experienced in life. I do work with a number of clients that work within the medical services, and I also respect their need for medicine and emergency services as well. So please do respect that. I like to work alongside whatever is going on when you're looking at your comments, because there is room for every walk of life to everyone in every walk of life to use what they feel is right for you. So take care, keep well, and I will bring future videos about natural medicines and things you can do to help yourself in future videos. Take care, bye bye.